Alrighty, guys. I just wanted to talk about how this adding chart will be helpful for this test. So I'm going to give y'all some random questions on adding and subtracting, and we're going to use this adding chart together. So another question I might give you, let's say I'm going to work out 3011 minus 687. Now, right away, you should know you're going to have to regroup. And one thing about regrouping with ones, it gets awkward like this because you're going to end up regrouping in, well, I'll just let you find out. Now, always start in the ones place. So, if I go here, I know 1 minus 7, I have to regroup. So, I go ahead and make that an 11 and make that a 0. Now, 11 minus 7, you can go ahead if you don't know it. You go to 7, find 11, right? And what's at the very end? 4. So I know 11 minus 7 is 4. Now, 0 minus 8, I can't do that. So I have to regroup, make that a 10 now. And make this 3 a 2. 10 minus 8 is 2. And now I have to regroup again. So 2 minus 6, I can't do that. So I make that a 12 and make this a 0. And 12 minus 6, if you don't know, 6, find 12, and at the end you see 6. And there's nothing to bring down because that 1 turned into a 0. So the answer is 624. Let's do another practice problem with using this adding chart. I'm going to say 6,012 minus 988. Now, one thing about 4th grade math, you will have to do a lot of regrouping. A lot of regrouping sometimes. And that's perfectly fine because you'll be okay. Especially if you're using your adding chart or if you just know your subtraction facts by heart. So, let's go ahead and start off. We will have to regroup. And so, what I can go ahead and do before I even start, I'm going to make this a 5 and I'm going to make this a 10. Now, let me go ahead and start in my ones place. 2. And the reason why I went on ahead and regroup, because I already knew I was going to have to take away from that. So instead of getting to it in the process, I just went on ahead and regrouped that. Now, if we had 2, so let me go ahead and make this a 12, and we're taking away, and this will be a 0, because that 1 we took away, so now it's a 0. 12 minus 8, if you don't know it by heart, go to 8. Find 12, and at the end you should see 4, right? So 12 minus 8 is 4. Now 0 minus 8, I can't do that. So I'm going to regroup and make that a 10 and take from that now 10 and make that 10 a 9. And 10 minus 8, if you didn't know, go to 8. Find 10, and what's at the end? 2. So 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 9 is 0. And the 5, there's nothing there, so I just bring it down. So I'm going to do another one. But I think, and I hope that you're getting used to this adding chart. I'm going to make this 212 minus 83. So now I'm regrouping again instantly. I already know that 2 can't work because 2 is smaller than 3. So 12 minus 3, and I'm going to make this a 0. So 12 minus 3. If you don't know 12 minus 3, you can go to 3 and find 12. So let me go ahead, go to 3. We're going to look for 12. And what's at the very end? 9, right? So 12 minus 3 is 9. 0 minus 8, that can't work. So I'm going to make that 0 a 10 and make that 2 a 1. 10 minus 8 is 2. And the 1, I just bring it down. So as you see, the adding chart can be very quick. It can be helpful. And it's a shame not to use, especially if it would help you. Now let's go ahead and talk about adding with regrouping. So I'm going to give a big problem. 99,999. That's 55,777. So obviously, you're going to have to regroup for all of these here because all of them are going to be more than 10, or more than 9. So 9 plus 7, go to 9 and 7, see where they meet. 9 plus 7 is 16, right? You see it? So 9 plus 7 is 16. I can't put that whole 16 there. That's not going to work. So I have to carry that 1 over to the next place. And then I just go ahead and add again. 9 plus 7. Again, 9 plus 7, go to 9 and 7. Find where they both meet, and they both meet at 16. So 9 plus 7 is 16. But we added that 1 up there. So 9 plus 7 is 16 plus 1 which would make that a 17, and I would carry the 1. And again, 9 plus 7 is 16 plus 1, so that's going to be a 7, carry the 1. Now 9 plus 5, if you don't know, check the adding chart. 9 and 5, and see where they meet, right? And I'm going to change the color up so that way you can see it. So I go to 9 now, and I find 5, and I see they meet. 9 plus 5 is 14. That's where they both meet. So I'm going to write that 14, carry the 1. And now 9 plus 5, I already remember that it's still 14 plus 1. Oh, hold on. I forgot to carry that 1. So 14 plus 1 is 15. Yep. And now 15 carry the 1. And that's going to be 14 plus 1. So that's 15. So my answer is 155,776. And I'm going to do another one with adding. And you know I'm using this with adding. You can do this the exact same way with multiplication and division. And I will show you as well because I want to. So now, let me do this practice problem here. I want to say, what is the sum? Because sometimes you will see just words like that. And sum already, you already know, means that you're going to be adding, right? I'll say 1,996 and 2,012. Now, you don't have to stick the bigger number on top with adding, but I would always do it just so it's a habit whenever you need to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and stack that up. That's what you have to do. We already know, we saw the word sum, which means we're adding. And I stack it based off its place. I stack each 1 to the 1, each 10 to the 10, each 100 to the 100, and each 1,000 to the 1,000. I just add 2 plus 6 is 8. 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. And so 0 plus 9 is obviously 9, but you had that 1 there. So that's going to be another 10. Carry the 1. And that's going to be a 4. And as we can see, it is 4,008. And I'm going to see if I can give you one. To me, it's easier to add than subtract, because subtract, you got all this extra thinking that you have to do and strategizing. With subtracting, when adding, it's just, simple as that, just adding. 6,975 plus 3,000. No, 30. So 69,875 plus 34,986. Yeah. So that's a lot of regrouping. Now 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6. I'm going to go to 5 and 6. See where they meet. They meet at 11, right? So it's 11, carry the 1. 7 plus 8. So I go to 7 and 8 and see where they meet. Ooh, they meet at 15 plus 1. Make that a 16, and I carry the 1. 8 plus 9. It's going to be 8 plus 9, right? 17 plus 1 is 18. Carry the 1. 9 plus 4. Go to 9, find 4. See where they meet. They meet at 13. Plus 1 makes 14. And I carry that 1. And then I go to 6 plus 3, which is 9, plus 1 is 10. So the answer is 104,861. So I think you guys see how the adding chart can be very helpful. Especially, it saves so much time. It eliminates all the counting and extra stuff that you have to do when it's already at your fingertips.